Hi, all. So sometimes I sit and think of what changed, what made a difference for me to change the way that I was living. Um, and I think about this time, it was about a year after I was inpatient. It was around my birthday in the summer. And it was just a really rough year. During inpatient, my parents had disowned me. When I got out from inpatient, I was asked not to come back to the church that I was heavily involved in. I lost like all my friends and everything, and I was in the ER every month, every other month, getting, IVs to rehydrate myself because I was just completely gone. With doing everything I could to lose weight and over exercising. It had gotten to the point where I wasn't able to walk out to the mailbox without severe chest pains. And I remember that week I was sitting in my room in the dark, all the shades drawn, and I hadn't eaten in quite some time. And I happened to walk out and go into the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror and actually saw myself for the first time ever. And all I saw were these two big black circles and a bag of bones. And I knew if I didn't change, I was going to die. Which before was probably an okay thing, but for some reason that time it had to be different. I had to change it. And so I talked to a friend of mine that lived in the Florida Keys, and she says, I do this outpatient group at the Renfrew Center in Miami, which is, I went to the Renfrew Center inpatient in South Florida in Coconut Creek. So I was like, oh, okay. She goes, come on down. So I looked for a job for a few months and found one in South Florida and ended up moving down there and started a group, an outpatient group. And the first time I was there, the therapist who ran the outpatient group says, no, no, you need an outpatient group and a therapist. And they gave me a really great deal because I had no money, I had nothing. And that was the start, the very beginning of my recovery journey, of me choosing recovery for me and no one else. So just a little tidbit about me.